Hey there, amazing English learners. Welcome back to the TalkUp English Channel. I'm Brian, your host, and it's fantastic to be here as always with my brilliant co-host, the wonderful Chloe.
Hi, Brian, and a huge warm welcome to all of you listening and watching us today from all corners of the world. We're so excited to bring you an episode that we know will be super useful for your next trip.
Today, Chloe, we're diving into a topic that can sometimes feel a little confusing or even stressful, especially when you're in a new country and speaking a new language, using English at the airport.
Oh, absolutely, Brian. Airports are busy places full of different signs, announcements, and interactions. But don't worry, with the right English phrases and a few simple tips, you'll feel confident, calm, and ready for your journey.
Exactly. Our goal for this episode is to make your airport experience as smooth as possible. We'll cover everything, step by step, from when you first land and need to find transportation to checking in your luggage, going through security, talking to immigration officers, waiting at your gate, and even ordering a coffee when you're on the plane.
That's right. We'll give you the exact phrases you need. And remember, we'll be speaking a bit slower than usual, using clear and simple vocabulary. This is perfect for our A1 and B1 level learners. You can listen carefully, repeat the phrases after us, and practice along. Don't worry about being perfect, just focus on understanding and trying.
Perfect. So let's imagine our scenario. You've just arrived in an English-speaking country. You're feeling a bit tired after your flight, but excited to start your adventure. Your first step? Getting to your hotel. Part 1. Getting a taxi from the airport.
All right, Brian, let's set the scene. You've landed, you've collected your luggage, and now you need to get a taxi to your hotel. What do you say first when you approach a taxi?
Good question, Chloe. It's always a good idea to start with a polite greeting. So you can say, hello, or good morning, afternoon, or evening. Then clearly state your purpose. I need a taxi to the Hilton Hotel, please.
Excellent. That's direct and polite. Let's break that down for our listeners. Hello or good morning, afternoon, or evening. These are common greetings. Choose the one that fits the time of day. I need a taxi too. This is a simple and clear way to tell the driver where you want to go. Always mention the specific name of your hotel.
Please, a tiny word but super important for politeness. Always add it at the end of your request.
Exactly. Now, Chloe, what if our listener wants to know the price before they get into the taxi? This is a very smart question to ask, especially in a new city and speaking a new language.
Yes, it is very important to ask about the price before getting in. You can say, how much will it cost to get there? Or, a little shorter way, what's the fare to the Hilton Hotel? And always add please at the end.
Good phrases. So, how much will it cost is very direct. And fare, F-A-R-E, is the word for the price of a taxi ride.
What if our listener wants to suggest a specific route? Maybe they know a faster way or they want to avoid traffic. What can they say to the driver?
To suggest the route, you can say, can you take the fastest way, please? Meaning the quickest route. Or if you know a specific road, could you please take name of the road?
Using can you or could you please is perfect for making requests. Remember, can you is a bit more common and informal, and could you please is a bit more polite. Sometimes you might arrive at an airport and not see a clear taxi stand, or you might be a little lost. What can you say to ask for help from airport staff?
This is a good situation to practice asking for directions. You can start with, excuse me, to get someone's attention. Then ask, excuse me, where can I find a taxi? Or, is there a taxi stand nearby? Nearby means close.
Perfect. Remember, excuse me is a polite way to get someone's attention before asking a question.
And a very practical tip, Brian, what if the taxi driver doesn't speak much English or you have a long address?
Great point, Chloe. If there's a language barrier, don't worry. You can show the hotel name or address on your phone or a printed paper and clearly say, "Please take me here," while pointing to the address. Or, "This address, please." Again, pointing.
This is super helpful. Visual communication is always effective. So, you've successfully got your taxi. Now, let's imagine you're at the airport to start your journey. Part 2, Airport Check-in.
Okay, so now you're at the airport and you need to check in for your flight. You have your luggage and your ticket. You approach the check-in counter. What's next?
First, always greet the agent. A friendly greeting goes a long way. Hello, or good morning, afternoon, or evening. Then clearly state your purpose. I'm here to check in for flight BA123 to London. Remember to say your actual flight number and destination.
Very clear. Let's break that down. I'm here to check in for. This tells the agent why you are there. Flight BA123. Say each letter and number clearly. For example, BA123. To London, your destination.
Good. Now, what about your luggage? If you have suitcases that need to go in the plane's cargo area, you need to check them in. So, you can say, I have one suitcase to check in, or I have two bags to check in. The word bag is often used interchangeably with suitcase for checked luggage.
The agent might ask you some questions about your luggage. A common one is, do you have any carry-on bags? Carry-on means bags you take with you onto the plane, not in the cargo.
You can answer clearly, yes, I have one carry-on bag. Or, no, I don't have any carry-on bags. Perhaps you only have checked luggage. Sometimes they also call them hand luggage. So, do you have any hand luggage is another way they might ask.
Now, a common question many people want to ask, choosing your seat. How do you ask politely for a specific seat?
Just ask directly and politely. Is it possible to have a window seat, please? A window seat is next to the window. Or, can I have an aisle seat, please? An aisle seat is next to the aisle, the walking path. If you prefer to be near the front or back, can I have a seat near the front, back, please?
Remember, window, W-I-N-D-O-W, and aisle, A-I-S-L-E, pronounced like aisle, are important words here.
After check-in, the agent usually gives you your boarding pass. This is your ticket to get on the plane and tells you your gate number, the door you go through to get to the plane, and the boarding time, when you can start getting on the plane. Listen very, very carefully.
For example, the agent might say, here's your boarding pass, your gate is A12, and boarding starts at 10:30 a.m.
If you don't understand the gate number or the time, it's totally okay to ask for clarification. Don't be shy. You can ask, could you please repeat the gate number? This is very polite. Or, when does boarding start exactly? Exactly means you want the precise time. You can also say, sorry, could you speak a little slower, please, if they are speaking too fast.
Excellent. Being able to ask for repetition or slower speech is a key skill for learners. Part 3, going through security check.
All right, Brian. After check-in, the next step is usually security. This part can feel a bit fast-paced, but if you know what to expect, it's much easier. What should our listeners expect to hear?
The security officer usually gives clear instructions. They might say, please place your bags on the conveyor belt and step through the metal detector. The conveyor belt is the moving belt for your bags. Or, empty your pockets, please, meaning take everything out of your pants or jacket pockets.
Don't forget that you usually need to remove specific items. Many airports will ask you to remove your belt, watch, phone, and sometimes even your shoes. If you're not sure about your laptop or liquids, it's good to ask, where do I put my laptop? Or, do I need to take off my shoes? For liquids, do I need to take out my liquids? Remember, liquids often need to be in small containers in a clear plastic bag.
It's important to be polite and answer quickly to keep the line moving. Just follow the instructions. If you don't understand, don't be afraid to ask our key phrase. Sorry, could you repeat that?
Exactly. Security staff are used to people from different countries, so they are generally patient if you need clarification. Just try your best. Part 4. Navigating immigration.
Next up is immigration. This is where you'll show your passport and answer some questions about why you are visiting the country. The officer might look serious, but they're just doing their job. A common opening question is,
Yes, they will often ask, what is the purpose of your visit? Meaning, why are you here? What is your reason?
you can answer clearly and simply. The most common answers are, I'm here for tourism, meaning you are visiting for holidays or vacation, or I'm here on business, meaning you are visiting for work, or I'm here to visit family or friends.
They might also ask about how long you plan to stay in the country. How long will you stay?
Your answer should be clear and specific. I'll stay for 2 weeks, or I'll be here for 10 days, or I plan to stay for a month.
Another common question to know where you will be staying. Where will you be staying?
You should always have your hotel name or address ready. You can say, I will stay at the Hilton Hotel, or I'm staying with friends at friend's address. If you know the address, it's good to say it.
Sometimes they ask about your return ticket to make sure you plan to leave the country. Do you have a return ticket?
You can answer, yes, I have a return ticket for next month, or yes, my return flight is on date.
If you don't understand a question from the immigration officer, it's very important to ask them to repeat. Just say, sorry, could you repeat that? Or, pardon me, I didn't understand. This is a polite way to say you didn't hear or comprehend.
Don't try to guess. It's much better to ask for clarification than to give a wrong answer. Part 5. At the gate and boarding. So, Chloe, after check-in and immigration, you're usually free to go to your gate and wait. This is your time to relax, maybe grab a coffee or do some last-minute shopping, but you still need to be aware of your flight information. If you want to double-check your gate, what can you ask?
To confirm your gate, you can ask an airport staff member, "Excuse me, is this the gate for flight BA123 to London?" Always confirm the flight number and destination. Or, when does boarding start for flight BA123?
Good phrases. Now, airports often have announcements. Sometimes it's difficult to understand them because of the noise or the accent. If you hear an announcement and want to confirm something important, you can ask at an information desk or to a gate agent. Has the departure time changed? Meaning, has the time the plane leaves changed? Or, is the flight on time? On time means it's leaving at the scheduled time, not early or late.
And what if your flight is delayed, Chloe? This can be frustrating, but it's important to know how to ask about it.
If your flight is delayed, it's okay to ask politely, how long is the delay? Or, when is the new departure time? You can also ask, is there any more information about the delay?
Knowing these phrases can help you stay informed and reduce stress. Part 6. On the plane. All right, Brian, you've made it. You're on the plane, you've found your seat, and you're ready to relax. Maybe you want a drink or a snack? How do you ask a flight attendant politely?
The flight attendants are there to help you. To get their attention, you can gently say, "Excuse me," when they are near. Then, to order coffee, you can say, "Excuse me, could I have a coffee, please?" Or, "May I have a coffee, please?" Both "could I have" and "may I have" are very polite ways to ask. If you want something to eat, like a small snack, you can ask, "Do you have any snacks?" Or, if they offer meal choices, "Can I have the chicken meal, please?" Or, "I'll have the pasta meal, please." Remember "I'll have" from our restaurant episode?
What if you need something for your comfort, like a blanket because it's cold or headphones for the entertainment system?
Just ask directly and politely. Could I have a blanket, please? Or, do you have headphones? Sometimes they cost extra, so be prepared for that. If you need to use the restroom, where is the restroom, please? Or, may I use the lavatory? Lavatory is a polite word for toilet on a plane.
These simple requests make your flight much more comfortable. Part 7. Bonus: small talk and asking for help. Chloe, Bryant, sometimes when you're traveling, you might want to make a little small talk with a flight attendant or even another passenger sitting next to you. What are some easy phrases for that?
Good point, Brian. Small talk is light, casual conversation. You can say, to a fellow passenger, is this your first time flying with this airline? Or, how long is the flight? A simple way to start a conversation. To a flight attendant, is it a busy flight today?
And what if you have a connecting flight, meaning another flight right after this one, and you need help with information?
If you have a connecting flight and need directions or information, you can say to a flight attendant or airport staff, can you help me with my connecting flight? Then explain, my next flight is to blank, flight number blank. What gate is it?
This is super useful, especially when you're in a hurry between flights. Closing remarks and essential airport tips. And that's it. You now have all the basic English phrases to feel much more confident and prepared for your next trip through the airport.
Practice these phrases, listen to them, and try to use them. You'll find your airport experience much more enjoyable and less stressful.
Here are some additional, crucial tips for you. Always speak clearly and slowly at the airport. This helps staff understand you better, especially with different accents. Use simple sentences. You don't need complex grammar to communicate effectively. Keep it short and direct. Be polite and always say please and thank you. Politeness opens doors and makes interactions smoother. If you don't understand, say, sorry, could you repeat that? Or, could you speak slower, please? Don't guess. It's better to ask for clarification. Try to learn key airport vocabulary words like taxi, check-in, boarding pass, gate, carry-on bag, luggage, security, immigration, customs, departure, arrival, delayed, on time.
And remember, Brian, airports can be busy, noisy places. It's normal to feel a bit overwhelmed. So, stay calm and confident. The staff are there to help you, and they deal with travelers from all over the world every single day.
Excellent advice, Chloe. Your confidence will grow with every phrase you use.
That's all for today's episode of TalkUp English Channel. We hope this guide helps you feel ready for your next adventure.
Don't forget to subscribe to TalkUp English Channel for more practical English lessons. Thanks for watching and safe travels.
Bye, everyone. See you next time.